And hello again.
Hello, guys and gals.
Alrighty, here we are back for another episode review. This time we're doing Witcher, episode 6, Rare Species.
A rarity indeed.
So, as usual, it's me, Scuba, and the Rye. Spoilers abound. If you have not checked this out, go to Netflix, watch The Witcher, come back, check this out. Got a card that'll link to the playlist with all the other episode reviews we've done. And there'll be links at the end of the video for some of the other playlists we have, like for our show, Scuba and the Rye, as well as our reviews of The Mandalorian, which we did a whole Season 1 reviews on that.
Disney Plus, check it out. Really good.
Yes. So as we were alluding to, spoilers. If you have not checked out, check it out. Also, keep in mind The Witcher is definitely an adult-themed show. It's definitely TVMA. So you definitely want to keep that in mind because they don't pull a lot of punches.
Or they do pull a lot of punches, but with a lot of blood and revelations.
Yes, it's definitely
adult
language, theme. It's keep that in mind when you check this out. So we'll be responsible with that. And
no bedtime stories here.
Shout out to Syrinscape for the soundboards.
Shout out.
And that music you're hearing in the background. Take your game to the next level. Go check out Syrinscape.com.
To the next.
And with that, let's get into Rare Species.
I like this episode.
You do?
Yeah, and I'm not going to say it's my favorite, but I liked it because of what I said before we started. It doesn't about face.
Okay. So, all right. So let's see where we are. Where are our three peeps? Let's see.
They are on. They are.
Well, let's start with Siri first.
Oh, we're gonna flip the switch.
We're gonna flip this. We're gonna flip it. About face.
About face. That pun.
So when we left off, episode 5, Siri was captured, and the doppelganger had gone to the Nilfgaard king and got filled in the gaps on what the king wanted with Siri, and then the king ended up slaughtering a whole inn full of people.
Yes.
To just kind of make sure he killed this doppelganger.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Dara finds Siri, frees her, and then he's like, look, I'm out. I'm done. So now she's trying to make her way to somewhere to try to find Geralt. And it's just not having a lot of success there. This is the Doppler and the doppelganger and Siri and Dira. Yeah, that's kind of what happens with them. Is that and that Nilfgaard king slaughters this room full of people, which to me feels like a very minor part of the episode.
Yeah, it just kind of puts it kind of falls back into that fantastical trope of a bad guy. So it kind of takes away from it.
Yeah, but also
it doesn't.
There is no. This is what happens when you have cats in your house. Cats. They knock things over. Anyways,
hire Yennefer. Take it.
So yeah, but I think this keeps her story progressing.
Yes.
But it's a very minor piece, but it isn't like trivial minor. It's like there's definitely some elements to this.
What this part of it does is that it injects the threat that Nilfgaard poses, not just for the continent as a whole, but what happens if they can get a hold of Siri?
Yes. So now for the real enjoyment of the episode, which is Geralt, Yennefer, and Yesker
on this dragon hunt.
Yes, they happen to come across and get swept up into this. Apparently, a nearby kingdom, a green dragon has appeared, and the king of that area is about to be married, but doesn't want this dragon to be a kind of a bad political movement, a pest in the infestation, so to speak. It's like, what kind of a world would think dragons as pests? You know, really?
Yeah, dragons are okay.
Yeah.
I guess.
So Geralt's swept up in this to go and find this dragon, because the king apparently will make the person who finds the dragon and kills the dragon a lord of one of his upcoming vassals.
So Geralt just goes along.
Well, at first he was like No.
Yeah, he was like, he doesn't want to do it.
Until, as the guy talked about each of the teams, there's a team of dwarves.
Yeah.
There's a team of reavers, which are kind of professional monster hunters.
Yes.
But they're not witchers.
Nope.
So I guess that's a professional rivalry with Geralt.
Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then, of course, that his team, or the team that this individual Brooch is, and his two bodyguards, Tia and Via, want him to join. And then Yesker's like, well, who's the fourth team? He points over to a really wet behind the ears knight and Yennefer.
So he sees it like, yes, he's got to.
Oh, yeah, because then he's like, I'm in.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Definitely something's up. So now they're trekking up this mountain to find this dragon. So what do you think of that? How that whole story goes?
This storyline felt like another wandering tale. So it allows you to live the life like Geralt's been living throughout all these episodes, but it highlights the importance of the unpredictability of this world. You know just enough, but you don't know everything. And this episode is one of the ones I like. Not saying it's my favorite, but one that I like because it showcases the about face of all the storytelling that this whole show has been doing up until this point. What you think is actually happening isn't actually happening, and all the dangers that are truly revealed aren't what you predict them to be.
Okay.
So this is more of it seemed more to me like a trial by fire, but also puts a reflection on Geralt on what he needs to do going forward. There is a true tying of the fates. I
also like how this is, I think a good element to this is that whole concept of Geralt knows a lot about what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
But there's still room for surprise.
That's where that mystery comes in, especially what is revealed
because
later
it's
in the
foreshadowed earlier in the episode.
Yeah.
Where they're talking about the various species of dragons.
Yeah.
And Yesker, of course, at first thinks that they're not real. And Geralt and Brooch are like, oh yeah, greens are the most common.
Yeah.
And blacks are the rarest.
Yeah.
And then he's like, what about gold? Gold's even rarer still. And at first Geralt's like, gold dragons don't exist.
Yeah.
They're just a random mutation. They don't exist. And then when we find out Brooch is a gold dragon.
Yeah, he is the gold dragon, and it showcases, what the purpose is of this fantastical world is that the unpredictably lies in front of your journey. Mm-hmm. But also, it reveals the third wish.
How did it reveal the third wish?
It reveals that their fates are tied together.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and Yennefer hates it.
Yes, and that's what that becomes the catalyst of their relationship, not just for this show, but for all the stuff in the books.
Well, it's like how do we know it's real? How do you know it's real? I mean, that was the thing with the third game: is how is this bond real? How do we know it's not magically induced by the djinn?
Yeah.
Not that they haven't had a good ride, but I think another element to this is that dragon is definitely perceptive because he's like, look, Yennefer, you're never going to get your ability to have children back.
Yeah.
And Geralt, you need to stop running away from this child that's been promised to you.
Yeah. That's why.
But then there's the whole thing with Geralt. I think Geralt put it best. Like, when he sat there, was like, look, I spend more time talking to you in 30 minutes than I have in 3 weeks because he just keeps vomiting words when Yennefer was around. But that whole bit where now Yennefer finds out about this child that he got by law of surprise, and she's like, how dare you criticize me about my desire to have children, yet you've got one that's been promised to you somewhere out there and you're running away from it. And just calling him to task.
Yes. It puts that's why I said that golden dragon puts that mirror on both of them and shows them what they need to do going forward.
Mm-hmm. So I think it's very interesting.
Oh, yeah. So like I said, it's one of the episodes I liked.
Yeah, and you can see it's that whole trial because Brooch was sitting there testing people to see. It's like because it's clearly he has his own agenda going on.
Outside of the CGI, it was a great episode.
All right, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about that dragon because dragons or any large CGI creature are definitely a double-edged sword with any production.
Yeah, especially when you compare it to the big boy that did the dragons justice on the small screen.
Oh, talking about Game of Thrones.
Yes.
And that's fair, but what did you... But just overall, though, I mean, these dragons...
These dragons had personality.
They had personality, but you could definitely tell there was a combination of CG elements and a actual puppet prop that they created.
Yeah. You realize where they're using it, but it's not enough to take you away from the episode.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was bad. It was definitely not...
It's not obvious. It's
definitely not one of those, like, cringy sci-fi movie CGI.
You just know that you're like, okay, that's fake, but you just keep going.
It felt pretty balanced, comparatively.
Yeah.
So, but it's definitely good there. And I love how Broach hands the teeth to the dwarves. It was like, look, take this to the king, let him know it's all but taken care of. If he has a problem with it, I'll be happy to drop that dragon down on his wedding feast.
And they're like, yeah!
Because they're all like, wait, we missed all the fun. And I'm like, no, you didn't miss much. But, so, yeah, I think definitely getting a pass, because I think it's definitely coming to a head here.
Oh, yeah. This is where things are starting to come together. Like, episode 4 is the one where everything clicked for me, and then from there, everything's just been building story.
Yeah, because right now we have... Yennefer has walked away from Geralt.
Yep.
Because she's pissed at him.
Yep.
Geralt realizes that he's like, he needs to go check on this kid.
Yes.
To make sure everything's kosher. And then we have Ciri, who is on her own, now trying to make her way to Skellige to try and find Geralt. And so the three of them are now on 3 independent journeys again. So that leads up for episode 7 being very interesting. So with that, stay tuned to what we discuss about that. With that, thank you for watching. Remember, hit the subscribe, hit the like, hit the bell, do all the things. Keep sharing.
Ding, 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 ding.
And we'll catch you on the next one. With that, thank you.
Peace.